3.
There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think we've nailed it.
Oh, I've got a music degree and I can't clap.
Don't think about it. Don't If you read into it like this, it's all gonna be a mess. You just gotta forget about it. Hi everyone. Welcome to our podcast. It's episode 2 of the World to Rights podcast. I forgot our
So
name.
did I went to say
I completely forgot what we were called. This is not how we're meant to start. No.
We were trying to be
I'm not
so
letting this happen.
professional.
Honestly,
you did a
I can't
promo
even.
video and everything, and what?
Oh yeah, my totally professional promo video.
I think it was professional.
It was professional in the sense that I tried very hard to make it memey.
It was quite
And
memey.
then but I spent more time on it than if I just tried to make something professional.
Yeah.
Like, it turns out that when you try to make something look shit, it genuinely takes time. So
I think if it was professional, it wouldn't be us.
no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I mean, we started this by like dying of laughter and me crying.
Yeah. No, I mean it's pretty strong for us. It's on brand.
Yeah. Speaking of professionalism, I realised I've set up my mic right in front of my computer screen, so I can't see the computer screen anymore.
Right. Okay. I mean that's an interesting decision from you. Do you want to move it at all?
I might.
Okay. You know, while you're doing that, I'll fill people in on why we recorded a promo video, perhaps.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, I have them occasionally. So we, after last week's podcast, we put it on YouTube. Thanks to everyone who listened, by the way. Very much appreciated. Someone asked whether we were going to go on Spotify at some point, and I was like, yeah, sure. One point when we can build up the ability to get on there. It turns out it's not that hard to get on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any of these places. It's just that I'm an idiot. So that's happened. But now we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on loads of different like apps. Anywhere you want to get your podcast from, we'll probably be there. We're also still on YouTube. So, we're everywhere.
Right, so like last week, we thought we would start the podcast. This isn't going to be forever. We're not going to stick to this.
No.
But we thought we'd do the first 2 of the first section as being unpopular opinions. I made that way more complicated. I should have just said, we're doing unpopular opinions again. Probably won't do it, for a little while after this, but okay, yeah, now I'm just rambling.
Just give up.
I've given up. I've given up.
Hi everyone, it's like episode 1 all over again. This time it's worse.
I think it's worse, yeah, I was gonna say. I expected this in the first one, but I think it's because we were nervous for the first one, so we ploughed through, and this time I feel like there's a bit of pressure off. So now
we're on this difficult second album, It's like you put your first album out and that went really well. People liked it. And now you're like, damn, now we have people to disappoint.
Exactly. Yeah, all 82 of you. I haven't checked the numbers today, but yesterday it was 82 people within less than a week.
Yeah, it's insane. Thank you so much for everyone who's followed and likes and subscribed to our YouTube, and it's blown my expectations. I mean,
literally,
it's not even just people that we know.
No, that's the crazy thing.
That's what's quite beautiful about it, is that I thought, you know what, it would just be my friends who I relentlessly shove it down their throats. And as it turns out, no, loads of people are into this. So thanks for watching this awkward sesh.
Yeah.
You're the best.
As soon as lockdown's over, everyone's going to be like, yeah, we're done with you now.
To be fair, I'll be done with me after. Feel sad.
Right. So, like last time, Chris hasn't looked at the unpopular opinions.
I haven't.
So,
no.
I don't know if it's because he's lazy or because he actually wants to have a genuine reaction, but
I think I've realised over the years that I can't act. That's possibly because my entire life up until this point was me trying to pretend I was happy, whereas I was actually chronically depressed. It didn't work out so well. So I can't act, but I'm very good at the live reaction. So
Okay, well, I'll hit you with
please
con-
do.
a controversial one,
Please do.
um, which is bacon is overrated.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I mean,
And this has come from a meat eater, by the way. Like, this has come from my little sister who's 16.
okay. That's interesting. Um, I mean, okay. To be fair, I can see the point because it's that like okay, so for context, I'm a meat eater. Cat is vegetarian, pescatarian.
Yeah, like, I flick between vegetarian and pescatarian. I'm
Yeah.
like vegetarian at the moment, but
She's a better human than I am, you know. Um, but I
lies.
so lots of people say that they wouldn't go vegetarian because they wouldn't be able to eat bacon. It's like so that's the one
Yeah,
thing stopping them, and I'm like, no, I'm willing to lose bacon. I'm willing to lose bacon. I feel like chicken for me would be the one, you know? That's
chicken's quite a staple, though, isn't it? Like,
yeah, I don't think I'd be willing to lose that. I'm willing to lose a lot of things, but not that. Bacon itself, it's I think bacon can be risky because there's lots of ways that you can like. So some people really love crispy bacon. I'm not really one of those people. But I don't really like it chewy either. There's like a middle ground between it, and that's where I sit. But no one ever seems to get that right if they cook bacon for me.
what
Um,
about the smell of bacon? Because everyone always says to me, "Oh, how can that not make you want to eat meat?" And I'm like,
the
"Cause I
smell of bacon does not really. It doesn't massively appeal to me.
see,
Um,
I don't mind it. I mean,
I don't
like,
hate it. I don't hate it by any means, but it's not my favorite. Like, it's not like I breathe in and go, "Oh, bacon! I love bacon." No, that's not what happens.
no, yeah, I just think like some people are so passionate. To be fair, it's normally the people like, "Oh, I love bacon, I love bacon." Like, they're normally idiots. Like, they're like, "Oh, I'll have bacon for 3 meals a day," and and you're like, "This is why we have problems in the
Oh yeah, but
with
yeah, it's 100. Like I've said lots of times that I don't love meat. Okay, so I like eating meat obviously because I still do. But I cut back quite a lot, especially at uni. It was like actually quite rare for me to eat meat because it's actually easier not to. Like it's cheaper
it's
and it's just
cheaper."
easier
Yeah,
to. Yeah, it was a win-win-win. Um, so I don't. It's not like I am that in love with it that I couldn't let it go. If you told me
yeah.
tomorrow I had to be vegetarian to save the planet and there was no other option, I could do that.
Like at uni, my housemate Max used to have steaks, but he literally had them blue, and I that just reinforced the vegetarianism right there. Like, I
What
just
a
don't
disgusting way to eat a steak.
like. Yeah, that's the thing. When people have it like cooked, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, well, it is a slab of meat, and that does freak me out a little bit, if I'm honest. But having it blue, I'm just like, I feel like you're doing something wrong there. I mean, I'm not gonna judge. Well, I am judging him because it's Max,
No,
but
I'm gonna judge him. I'm
um,
happy. Max,
it
stop.
just it just feels
Don't do
wrong.
that. Don't do that. Why would you? You're not a dog that has to eat raw meat. You don't have to
Yeah,
do this.
he'd probably say, "Oh, it's what cavemen did or something." Like, it's really
Yeah, well, the
outing
cavemen are
Max.
gone now. We're not in the caves anymore.
No, we can live better than that. Um, I just thought I'd drop a little entertaining one in here. This is from Ollie. And he put, "I like Milton Keynes."
And this is meant to be an unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, my hometown. Um, you know what? What would you say to this?
I mean, the only place he's been in Milton Keynes, to my knowledge, is Olney, which I don't claim as Milton Keynes. I think
That's
Olney like needs its
barely.
own, like, yeah. So I think he's got a very warped opinion on Milton Keynes.
I I feel like I've been through several stages. Um, it's probably like the 5 stages of grief, and now I'm at acceptance at the end stage. But um, like initially I grew up and I was like, oh, I love Milton Keynes. Like it's where I live. It's cool. Um,
Did
and
you?
then you grow up and you actually like see. I think the difference is when you start talking to people
Yeah.
and meeting people. That's when you realize, there's a lot of idiots here and a lot of stupid people here. Hi, Milton Keynes. Love you, by the way. Um, and like I was quite happy to leave when I went to uni.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I can't do it here. Um, I think I've come full circle, I can appreciate it a lot. I like living here, but it can also be a lot better. Like we
Yeah.
said last week, there's not really any decent music venues in Milton Keynes, or there's not many.
No.
Like there's
No.
nothing in like the centre, which would be a really ideal place to have one.
Yeah.
Um, which is quite a shame. And yeah, I mean, I like everyone goes on about it being a concrete city, and I'm like, to be fair, there's
Is
quite a lot of trees in Milton Keynes.
Yeah, I don't think Milton Keynes is a particularly ugly place. Um I don't think it's the safest place, if I'm honest. And I think the school we went to as well, that really was not a safe place.
To be
As
honest, I'm basing this on the facts. Okay, so for uni, you went to Oxford, which is quite a nice city. It's quite
Yeah.
a used place. I went to Birmingham, and that's really made me It gives you a new appreciation for Milton Keynes, and kind of basically
Yeah,
went,
to be
hey,
fair,
look,
like
the problems that we have are probably not like frequently throughout my time at uni, like my family would, not my immediate family, but like extended family, would talk to me and they'd be like, there's like gang stuff in North Birmingham, and I was like, yeah, I'm in South Birmingham, so what's the problem? I mean, maybe it's coming from Milton Keynes that gave me a complete lack of any concern for my
yeah.
life, but I kind of realized, oh, maybe it's not just here. And like I've been to other cities, and I'm like, to be fair, we're probably just ending up the same as lots of other cities.
I think that's the thing though, because Milton Keynes, like people in Milton Keynes see it as like a city, but it is still quite small. So
Yeah,
you wouldn't expect like the crime rates and stuff like you would in bigger cities. Um, yeah, no, definitely. Like with living in Oxford, I remember people saying like, "Oh, this is a dodgy area and this is a dodgy area," and I was like, "What? This is nicer than like the nicest places I'm used to. Like, this isn't dodgy. Like, I feel safe here." And I think the other thing with living in Milton Keynes, I remember when I was like 18, I'd go to gigs in London by myself, and not feel at the least bit like scared or anything. Like, I just wasn't nervous about going anywhere, which is good in some ways, but also like I probably should have been a bit nervous walking around London at 3 in the morning by myself, maybe.
yeah, I see that. I think I just it's home, and
Yeah,
I think it's always gonna be home. So like, it's not the best place in the world, but it is where I live, and I think even if I ever move out of Milton Keynes, um, it will still be the place where I grew up and have a lot of memories and a lot of ties to.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure I'd pick anywhere in Britain as being the best place in the world. So, I mean, Milton Keynes was never going to win that competition, let's be honest. Um, but you know what? I'm going to say that I'm on the side of the unpopular opinion. I like Milton Keynes. There, I said it.
I think I love Milton Keynes, but I don't know if I like it. I don't know, like I'm somewhere in between.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fair. I think what I've got is Stockholm syndrome. I've basically been here long enough that I've learned to love it. And I hate it, but that's probably a good thing because the places that I hate, or the people that I hate, are often the ones I love. For example, I hate you,
Great.
but obviously I also love you. So,
For so long, like we would never want to say like love you on the phone or like say anything nice to each other. So every time we ended a call, we'd say hate you, because we I don't know fucked up. and
we're a
and
mess.
and now it's like sometimes when we're nice to each other, it's a bit like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this. This is weird.
Didn't we say the other day, when we were messaging, um, can't we just go back to being mean to each other?
Yeah, it's don't know. It's just like I feel like weird when I'm saying like, "Oh, love you, kiss, kiss." I'm like, "Oh, this is weird. We're adults and like we're nice to each other." Like,
It's fine. I like to balance it out by being a bit of a bastard sometimes as well.
yeah. Well, we do it to each other, so it's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Shall I move on to the next one?
Yeah, you can move on to the next one.
That was me. I've made a file on my phone for podcast stuff, very organised, and then I just exited out of it by accident.
Oh, okay.
So on par. Okay, so I think the ones that aren't like gonna get people in trouble that aren't political, I'll mention their names. Do you think?
Yeah, that's fine.
So
The
Lottie,
safe ones.
yeah, and I'll just say like first names, so it's not like too. Yeah. Anyway, so Lottie said pub over club any day, which I completely agree with.
I mean, I know Lottie. Great person, 10 out of 10. But also she's absolutely right. Pub over club is the way to go. Like, we've both been to uni. Um, Clubbing it's an experience, and the way I put it is like this: if you need to drink before you go there, is it the kind of place you want to be?
Exactly. Like,
I don't need to pre-drink before I go to the pub because I'm happy to go to the pub. But for some reason, I'm pre-drinking before I go to the club. I mean, yeah.
I mean, at least you sort of had an in between. Like, propaganda for you was like halfway between club and pub, even though it was in an O2, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because I think the people that go to like propaganda and indie nights, like they're the people who would normally go to pubs.
Yes. It's the same crowd, just in a slightly different environment.
Yeah, and so like in Oxford, there was this bar underground called Purple Turtle, and it was disgusting in a way because the ceiling used to drip because of all the condensation because you're in like a cellar basically. But they were just absolute bangers on every time you went, and every time I went there, I had a good night. Like, I don't know, like, so there is like the flip side. I guess you know that was a club, but then it's not like a mainstream club.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
I get
Yeah,
you.
but I completely agree. Pubs over clubs.
I've had far nicer times in clubs than in pubs than clubs. And I think so. I find it a very stressful kind of place to be because so you're constantly thinking about where is everyone because inevitably someone's going to go walking around and you're going to lose them.
Oh yeah.
So then you're like, fuck, where is this person? You can't hear anyone.
Anything. That's what I hate the most.
People are talking to you and they're looking at you and you feel like you have to laugh because you just want to get through it. You're like, hey, yeah, haha, cool. You've got no fucking idea what went on. I mean, that's me every day, but it's more stressful. It's just, why would you? Why go somewhere that you're not really going to enjoy? Just do something you want to do,
Yeah, exactly. Pubs are obviously safer as well. You don't get creepy men grabbing your butt. Like, that's, well, you do, but like not as often.
That is the thing. I feel very bad about how clubs are not the most inviting place if you are female, and especially if I mean I don't know. I don't think I've ever none of my friends, like female friends, go to a club on their own.
No, unless you're in
I
a
don't
big
think they
group
would.
of girls, you wouldn't really want to.
Yeah, I think that's a shame because it's like
Yeah,
that's not the kind of environment that you want to have in life.
And the thing is, you get brought up thinking it's like normal and okay. Like, I know people have like grabbed my butt and stuff in clubs, and I've just like ignored it. And you think, well,
That's not
actually,
okay.
that's
That's not good.
Yeah, like I've not even bothered to turn around. Like that's how like immune you get to it, which is sad. I remember actually not last year, 2019. That's so weird. Pierce and I went to a gay club in London, and did I tell you about this?
Possibly, I don't remember.
He was in a cowboy jacket.
Perfect.
Yeah, and And Pierce is quite a pretty boy. Like he's a bloke. Don't get me wrong. Like he's not like
I think
that.
I've said many times, including on this podcast last week, that I would, and
Love
I'm
it.
happy to say that again here now.
Thank you. Um, but like basically, we went into this gay club, and it was me, Rachel, who's gay, and we went in. It kind of just like because it was better than going to a normal club. That was our like logic there. And then Piers got groped. He got hit on like every 5 minutes. He was basically ready to cry and leave because he was so unhappy. And then well, not actually cry, but like he was not happy. And he was, oh, you can't understand. It was awful. And I was like, that's every club for every woman. Like I was like,
That's
you've just seen it from the other side. So I'd
yeah.
recommend any guy, like girls, send your boyfriends, like make them look pretty. Oh
Oh my God. Send them into the club where they'll be, you know, treated horribly, and then they'll be able to empathize with you.
yes, let put them through some trauma.
Oh God.
Oh,
We do not advocate
cancelled.
trauma. Okay,
No.
we don't advocate this. Unless you
Oh
want to. No,
no. Oh no. We're gonna get
cancelled.
cancelled.
2 episodes in a row I've been cancelled.
Great. Actually, I've not had any messages saying like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you said that." So
No, I mean
that
I've had a couple of people joking. They've quite enjoyed how I introduced myself as a. This is a good opportunity actually. So I introduced myself as a professional abuser
oh
last
yeah.
week. I'd like to clarify that first of all, I mean consensually. Um, Secondly, only with my friends. And thirdly, abuser is a term which is not the best term to use. And what I prefer to use is it's a longer description that I will verbally take down any one of my friends at any given the facts that me and Kat couldn't say love you to each other and instead prefer to say hate you is a good example of this. Um,
Yes.
I shy away from any real emotion and just hide it with sarcasm. That's how I treat my friends, and it's working.
It is
So thanks for
working.
sticking around, guys. And secondly, there may be some people out there who listened to last week's podcast
Uh
and
oh.
questioned whether they were the type of person who I would ignore when I look at my phone,
Oops.
and whether I'd like to clarify, if you're listening to this, you're not that person, okay? You're not. And if you're not listening to this yet, you're probably still not that person. There's a very, very, very small number of people who ruin it for the majority. And also, sometimes I just get overwhelmed, you know? I see too many messages,
But
I
that's
panic.
the thing.
The
It's not like
anxiety is too high, and I'm like, oh my God, this like people want my attention. I feel like I'm being dragged around, and so I just kind of like hermit and just hide from the world.
that's the thing. It's not a personal thing. Like I said, like I ignore all my family, which Pierce was like, I can't believe you left that in there. And
I
I was
won't lie to
like,
you. I was considering removing that entire bit because I was like, it's just gonna ruin some friendships. But can I just clarify here and now? If you're listening, you're not on that list. Okay? I love you. In your case, it's because I am shit at being a human. Okay?
yeah,
Nothing more, nothing less.
yeah, yeah, you are.
Thank you. Thank you. I try my best. Hit me with another unpopular opinion.
Okay, so Katie, the lovely
Oh,
Katie, put
excellent.
The Simpsons is shit. Futurama should have been the world famous one.
All right.
I
Um,
prefer Futurama.
I do enjoy Futurama, and I feel sad that I probably, even though I like it more, I probably know it less than The Simpsons because The Simpsons
Yeah.
is anytime anything happens, I can guarantee you someone is gonna say The Simpsons predicted this and
Oh
show you a
yeah.
clip.
Like Trump and all of that stuff. Yeah.
And I
There's
mean,
definitely.
I just feel like maybe we shouldn't be so excited that The Simpsons predicted something, and instead be quite concerned that life has gone the direction of what a funny TV show dreamt up could happen one day. You know,
Yeah.
it's not that The Simpsons was really good; it's that humanity has fucked it severely, and now we're on a course to hell. So thanks, guys. 10 out of 10. No, Futurama is, I agree, it's superior.
Yeah, there are issues with it. So we watched
Oh yeah.
through some episodes recently. Well, I say recently, like a few months ago, and I remember there was like definitely some female stereotypes going on. But you know, it's 90. It started before I was born, I think. Um, yeah, so you kind of take it with a pinch of salt. Like Friends is a brilliant series, obviously, but that's got problems in.
I think you have to be aware of it. You have to watch it
Yeah,
and understand that some of it isn't going to be funny, and some of it probably wasn't funny at the time, but was just there for stereotypes and shit. And you can still enjoy it as long as you are also willing to kind of you're able to point at it and say, that's not good.
yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you.
I'll hit you with another one. So another one from Katie, actually.
Oh,
She hit us with a few, but I
so
just choose
good.
these
She's made
two.
it here twice.
Whoop whoop. So she's put the government should do our taxes for us. It's confusing, and they know what we do anyway.
Yeah, I'm with her on this. I'm sorry, the
Yeah.
tax system sucks. It's such bullshit. Like, okay, so I mean, to be fair, we have it better than America because
Oh yeah, that's so
if
confusing.
you just have like you're not self-employed, you're employed by a company and everything else, there's a good chance that your tax is done for you. But, and here's the clincher, even though it's done for you, it's often done wrong. So for example, this year I have already worked out that I'm on course to pay more tax than I should do because the government have fucked up in their calculations, which means that in April I'm going to get a letter which says, "Oh, you overpaid on your tax." I haven't overpaid. You just took too much money from me. Um,
Yep.
but they won't pay me back that money immediately. It will take until October for them to be like, "Oh, okay, here's your money back. Here you go," and they'll just like push it towards me. Or they'll do the opposite and say that you've underpaid. At which point they'll be like knocking your door, going, "Pay us the money," and it's like, well, you should have done this. You've messed up here, not me. Um, but also, no one understands the tax system unless
No,
you're an accountant, in which case you
it's your
understand
job.
it so that you can avoid paying tax, which is stupid in itself. But yeah, no, the tax system is it's a mess, quite honestly.
Yeah. No, I agree. I had to. Well, I paid tax when I was working at Santander because they originally put me on like the emergency payroll or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And then I don't know what happened, but my boss said make sure you like fill in your form to get your rebates, and I did that, and then I never got any money back. And then I started getting a load of fake um emails and like text messages saying like this amount of money, like click this link and you will receive it from your tax rebates, and they were all fake, like they were
Oh
dodgy
yeah.
numbers. And you're like, okay, so you just screwed me out of. It was only like, well, I say only. It was like 250 quid or something,
But
but
that's your money, yeah.
it's my
Rightfully, that's
money.
your money, yeah.
Yeah, and I was using it to save up for uni, so I was a bit like, "Oh, this sucks." But
And I
because
actually get the opposite thing. If I get calls now that again, they're obviously fake, but
yeah,
they're like, "Hi, this is HMRC. We're calling to let you know there's a warrant out for your arrest because you've avoided paying tax." And I'm like, "Okay, interesting. So first of all, you're calling me to tell me that I'm about to be arrested. I feel
heads
like
up.
if I'd committed a crime, I might run for the hills at that point. Interesting idea. Secondly, I mean, I have possibly it's definitely into double figures the amount of times I've got that call. So by that logic, there
Wow.
are a high number of warrants out. I'm probably now the most wanted tax evader in Britain by that standard, and I'm
Brilliant.
waiting for work to come in while I'm on this podcast. Work for the police even to come in while I'm on this podcast and tackle me to the ground, and say, "Come here, scum." But it's not going to happen because it's not real. But it tricks people because no one understands the tax system. So
Oh, it
like,
does.
there are people who are going to get caught out by that.
And actually, like a lot of these scams throughout lockdown have got more and more realistic. Like
Yeah.
I know I've almost like clicked on links. Pierce almost he had one from, I think it was PayPal or Amazon or
Mhm.
something, that was
Mhm.
fake, and he almost he almost clicked on it. And actually, Pierce's mum got her Facebook hacked, and because she is of an older generation, she uses the same password for every
Of
account.
course, of course.
So she had to go through and change like 30 something accounts for her password. And it's just like, people are so awful. Like, just
Yeah.
surely you're putting more work into scamming people for their money than it would be to just get a normal job.
Like, I genuinely believe it must be. It's really sad, but it wouldn't work if, like, things worked properly and we were able to understand them. But like I say, like, I don't think I know anyone who really understands the tax system. Like, my dad has just turned 50. He's been working for, since he was 17, 18. He's been paying tax all that time. He still doesn't fully understand it because there's weird exceptions and rules and stuff that goes on, and it's so confusing, and it doesn't actually need to be.
Yeah.
So, Katie, you know what? I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are with you, Katie. You are a smarty pants.
Yes.
Do you want another unpopular opinion, or do you want to go on to music?
Hit me with one more.
Okay.
You know what? Hit me with a big one.
Okay. I know
Dangerous
exactly which
question.
one.
Oh, God.
Children under the age of 5 should never be allowed off the leash. It's a danger to traffic and society.
Oh, I really hope this is someone I know.
It is.
It is. Oh,
yeah,
that's perfect.
but I won't name drop because obviously.
No. Tell me afterwards.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll message me. If that was you, message me. We can have a chat. Yeah, I have this thing. So.
Uh-oh.
You can already tell that this is going to be next week. I'm going to have to apologize for calling children scum or something. So children are, they're innocent human beings. Sometimes they can also be horrible human beings. They're also often stupid human beings. And I feel like we've let kids get too. So I went to my car the other day. And I was walking down, like, around, you know where my car is in relation to my house. It's around the corner, so I just walk around the corner. But I walk out, and there are these kids in the road. One of their friends is lying down, and these kids are like, "My friend's dead. He's dead." And I was like, "Your friend's dead? Interesting.
What a shame.
Interesting. You seem quite calm about it." He's like, "He's just died now." Okay. So I carried on walking to my car because I didn't believe it, and I didn't even consider doing it. And this kid, like, after me, he's like, "No one cares about each other anymore." And I was like, "You don't even understand the fucking words you're saying, you twat. You've got no clue what you're on about. This isn't something you understand." And I'd like to clarify that as I unlocked my car, I watched the kid who was dead get up and walk away because it wasn't real. The kid was they were just fucking idiots. And in that moment, I think I can definitely see where this person is coming from. Yeah, put those kids on a fucking leash until they've worked out how to integrate into society. Also, while I'm here, as you know, I'm a big fan of games. And I stream on Twitch, and I love Twitch. And I have seen far too many kids playing a game which I think should be removed from the face of the earth. That's right, it's Fortnite. For some reason, there's a lot of 5-year-olds on it, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
what the fuck are you doing? When I was 5 years old, I was learning to read.
yeah.
Okay, that's why I have a job now, and I'm doing quite well because I actually tried. So maybe don't be doing things that are too you're not old enough for that yet. Get that kid back on a leash, pull them down. Teach them to fucking read properly, and then maybe we'll actually get somewhere in life. So I agree. Kids on a leash. That was so much more angry than it was going to be when I started that. I've been cancelled.
You've ended our career before it started. Well done.
I have. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some kids who are really lovely. There are, but for
surely
some reason,
it's like the parents...
I come across the. Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The parents should also still be on their leashes from their parents who should just, yeah, this should go back. Wait, you have to work out where the fault was in this line and just teach them to be better parents who can teach their children to be better parents, who can teach their children to be better, and it will go all the way down. And then I won't have to go to my car and deal with some stupid kids going, "My friend's dead." So your friend's not dead, but you will be if you stay in the road that long
How
because I'll run you down.
how old were these kids? Just for like,
Oh, I don't like 6 or 7. Like
oh,
they were definitely not like.
old enough to be.
I don't think they were old enough to be out on their own. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't think I'd let a like especially on like in a parking, because that's like a parking
Yeah,
place.
yeah, yeah.
Like it's not. Yeah,
People
no,
drive down there pretty quickly.
I
Like
can't even.
maybe I've taken a few at year. Maybe it's like 7, 8. I don't know. Like it wasn't. They were young, and I just I can entirely believe. I would gladly put them on a leash, take them back to their parents, and say, "I found your feral offspring in the road. Please be a better parent."
Bloody hell. Yeah, I think at that age, like kids you need to be able to see them, like
Yeah.
from even if you're in your house, like you can let them out, but like in the front bit or whatever. That was what I was like brought up with. Until I
Yeah.
was a certain age, I had to be within like, you know, 500 meters of the front door, sort of thing.
Yeah. Like I
Um,
still, okay, so I'm 21, nearly 22, and I live at home now that I've come out of uni, and I still, like, if I tell my parents I'm going out somewhere, there's like an undertone of me asking them for permission. Okay? Still at 21 years old, and I will say it, I'll be like, oh, I'm just going for a drive, but I'll look at them in this way that's like, and is that okay? Can I do that? And it's like, I own the car. I'm an adult. I can do it because I'm an adult, but I still feel like I have to ask permission. Maybe I've gone too far the other way, but maybe kids just need to learn to be a bit more respectful.
yeah, yeah.
That's what I should have said from the start, you know?
I
Maybe they need to just learn to be respectful more.
okay, okay. I see your opinion. I do
And
not.
to be respectful means to be on the leash to their parents and obey them.
See, I'm not sure about being on a leash, but I do think like below a certain age, kids need to like not go far from like their parents. Like that should be. I guess that is kind of like a leash. Like
I have a feeling I know exactly who this person is. I won't lie.
yeah, you probably do.
And I feel like everything I've said, she will find hilarious. And to be clear, like I do exaggerate quite a lot. So like 80% of what I just said is exaggeration for comic effect. However, should not be so horrible.
Okay. I just can't. We didn't do stuff like that. Like, I mean,
No.
we were a bit older when we were 12 when we first became friends. And you know, I think the most stupid stuff we did was like cycling in the rain down hills that were busy roads. Like, and that is probably stupid, but we had like helmets on and we weren't like in the middle of the road.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And like if someone had like pulled us over and been like, look, you can't be doing this, I think we would have listened.
Yeah. We're just getting our exercise in. Although my bike did not have brakes for most of my childhood, so that
Your
was a bit.
your bike was actually a death trap.
Yeah.
I am amazed that we are not dead.
I literally don't know how I like didn't. Every bike I had, I used to get my bikes from. I don't know if you did too when you were younger, maybe. Because I know you got like better bikes when you were older, because you know, safety. But I used to get my bikes from the dump. They used to be like 20p from the dump,
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean, and it was
and they'd give you a lollipop.
they would. I mean, now that I look back on it, I'm like, maybe we need to look in. Maybe we're also a problem, you know.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I like my mum's first bike when she moved to England was like one from the tip that someone just didn't want anymore.
Yeah.
And it actually, no, like it worked fine. This was the thing. So it wasn't. So obviously you had like the rubbish on one side, then you had the stuff that people had basically brought because they didn't need it anymore.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
was kind of like a recycling kind of thing. It was like, I don't need this. It's not complete trash, so someone else can have it if they need it. And so you could do it. And I had like my first few bikes from there because, we didn't have loads of money, and I think it was a good way of kind of being able to find out whether it was worth,
Yeah.
buying a nice bike. Almost.
Definitely.
But yes, some of them were lethal. Yours was an accident waiting to happen.
I've never owned a new bike, like to this day. Maybe like that'll be my next birthday present. I'll get a nice bike.
You should do it.
Yeah, treat myself.
Treat yourself. Several years possibly too late. Treat yourself.
Yeah, like now I don't ride a bike.
Yeah.
Get a bike.
Yeah, make it happen.
Okay, we'll move on to the music now.
Yes.
And
can I say first of all,
ooh.
I really liked your music.
Did you? I put quite a
did.
few in this week, but obviously we decided because we both love music so much, we could literally put in like 20 songs each, which we wouldn't get
Easily.
through. So we've decided we'll talk about like 3 each, and then if we like others, we can put them in the playlist for you guys to listen to.
Yeah.
So do you want to start with?
Well, I was gonna start with I will start. I was gonna start with one of yours, but I'm gonna start with one of mine because
Okay.
why the hell not? So the first one I put in was Caroline by Arlo Parks.
Yes.
And I have a feeling that you have suggested I listen to Arlo Parks before, although I might not be right in that. But this time it was because a co-worker recommended them to me.
Oh, okay.
They were like, because we'd had a like mental health discussion, and he
Yeah.
was like, I think you'd really like her lyrics. I think you'd really find them like you'd be able to relate to them and enjoy them and appreciate them. So I gave her a listen. I think she's got a great voice.
Yeah.
I love
really
the fact
liked
that
it.
she's a young black British musician.
She's got pink hair, hasn't she?
Yeah, I think she does. She's got a great voice, incredible voice. And her lyrics are really they're really honest and really quite just very emotional and heartfelt and very nice. Like this particular song is about, from what I can understand, and I could be wrong, I often am. It's basically about a relationship that like very quickly goes sour. So like it starts off and it's fine, and it like very quickly it all goes wrong. Which I think can happen with relationships. I think you hear about it a lot, like that there's something small that blows up in something massive, and it can actually bring the relationship down.
Yeah.
But it's very weird because you don't. I think there's a lot of layers to it. Probably lots that I haven't really got into yet, and so you can enjoy it on the surface as a very nice song that's very like it's
a
nice,
bit
it's
depressing.
Emotional. It's a little bit depressing.
Like when like not to sound, but like the lyrics, it's like
Oh yeah, no, it definitely is depressing, like in that sense. But it's like it's one of those songs I think you can emote to. That's what I'm gonna say. You can emote to it. And it's very good. But also, if you really took time to listen to it, I think there's definitely a story there.
Yeah.
And I definitely would recommend this and loads of other songs. This song, the album just came out this year, 2021. So it's fresh. It's new music. Ding ding ding.
Yay.
Go drop a listen because it's a banger.
That's my favorite type of songwriting is like storytelling.
Yes.
I've always said that. Like I just
100%, and I think it goes deeper. It's not just hey, there's a girl and I really want to bang her, so she's got great lips and a great ass, and like you can sing about it if you want to, but it's not really storytelling. It's just you being a horn dog. So
horn dog. I've never heard you say that before in my life.
No, this is what the internet has done to me. It's expanded my vocabulary in the worst of ways.
I actually that reminded me of Suitable, which you put down by Nick J.D. Hodgson.
Did you know, and I didn't know at first, I only found this out later on, that he was the former drummer for the Kaiser Chiefs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he left the Kaiser Chiefs back in like 2012, I think.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
which
Yeah.
is probably the last time I really listened to the Kaiser Chiefs, like in
I
terms of new
actually.
music. Like I listened to their stuff,
Oh,
like
their old stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
I saw
I
them
don't.
at a festival in like 2015, 2016. But yeah, so that would have been when he left, I guess.
Yeah,
No, but that song actually, the reason why I sort of led on from Caroline is because you were saying about, with songs talking about arse and boobs, and that's like the complete opposite you've got there. It's just like, I don't want to sleep with anyone else because you're beautiful. Which is,
yeah. It's
yeah.
still there. There's an element of horn dog to it. Let's be
It,
honest.
it is like soppy horn dog.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
it depends how you're using the word beautiful, because I associate beautiful as being like appearance, like, but some people say beautiful as in like personality.
Yeah, I think I took it as being um like beautiful in the sense that yeah, you look beautiful, but also you're just really in love with them. Like
Yeah.
it's that kind of beautiful that goes just one step beyond. It's like you're just in love with this person, whoever it is. Yeah, no, yeah, I really liked it. I to be fair, I could hear like old Kaiser Chiefs in there once
Oh, I'll have another listen then.
I went back to listen to it and I was like, yeah, I can hear that. I can hear that. But yeah, no, it was I really enjoyed it actually. It had like a it was like a not a lo-fi vibe to it, but like
Yeah, yeah.
it wasn't a 2021 vibe, you know?
No, 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 no. It is definitely like a, I would say older, but like more of a timeless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I in my mind I called it like a Sunday song.
Yeah.
It was one of those songs that's like it's got a Sunday feel to it. I don't know what it is,
You're
and I
not gonna
can't
get
really
it
put it into
stuck in your
words.
head all day. Like, it's not gonna be your favorite song for for a long. I don't know. That sounds mean, but like it's it's not gonna be like a song that you have stuck in your head. That's like you can listen to it in every mood. I think it's just like a chill, like easy listening.
Yeah, definitely. And a song which I one of your songs that I didn't so it's
Ooh.
not stuck in my head in the sense that I can sing it back to you.
Yeah.
Um, but it was Speaking of the End.
Oh yeah. I had that. I only found I think don't kill me if I say this wrong. Lapsley. Do you think that's right?
I was going to ask you the same question.
Oh,
So
okay.
if
I
if you are Lapsley or however you say it, please get in touch and let us know how to say your name. Sorry.
I only found out about them through doing some research for work. So yeah, I literally fell across Lapsley, and yeah, no, I sorry, you go for what you were saying. I just thought I'd
No, no, no.
mention
Go
it.
tell me. I talk too much.
Um, lol. No, just that like I fell across them because I was looking at management teams, and yeah, she was on the same management team as somebody else was interested in, and I just thought really chill song. Yeah, not like I can't sing you back what the song is right now, like in my head, but when I listen to it, it's like, oh, I like that. Oh,
She
and
has a very pure voice, I
yes,
thought.
she's on the same management team as Adele, I think. Don't
Ah, okay,
quote me on
okay.
that. Let me check. I might be wrong. I actually have the
Her
thing up.
voice, it reminded me of someone else, and I can't think who it was. Like, it had that
Yeah.
kind of soul kind of feel to it,
Yeah.
almost. Like, it's very. It's a really good voice. Like, it's one of those voices you hear and you're like, I wish I could sing like you.
Yeah. I guess sort of like not quite like London Grammar, but like that's like that
Yeah,
soulfulness of
yeah,
London Grammar.
yeah.
Um yeah. So yeah,
But it was a good
just
song. And it was,
Sunday
yeah,
song.
again, like, the lyrics of it were very, like, again, it was like, it's not a happy song. It's like, it's, or it is, and it's also not.
You could cry to it, but you could also chill to it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like this morning, I was chilling to it, but I can
Yeah.
also imagine it going on my sad playlist, and if I'm having a rough time, I could
Yeah.
listen to it, and it would also be perfect there. Um, and yeah, the fact that I can't necessarily sing it back to you is not a bad thing.
No. I
But
think it's
it's
songs that
good.
you sing back to you. The songs that you get stuck in your head is like really hooky songs.
Yeah.
Which actually, oh, this might be a smooth transition. Noisy, the band. I definitely think they've got that hooky energy.
Yeah. Yeah. This was one that I wasn't expecting from
No,
you.
it is literally like completely different to all of the other songs that we've mentioned so far.
Definitely, especially with the first, like, so the first one and the third one that you put in. This one in between, I was like, am I on shuffle? Have I got onto a different playlist somehow? Like
Yeah.
initially. Um, but you know what? I actually think that there's a on the surface it just seems like a kind of like um I can't remember what the
Rap,
word was that I had
like
in mind.
it's a bit. It's like Piers said they sounded like Example, and I'm not that familiar with Example, but I feel like he's right.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's like poppy rap, but like I don't know.
It
It's
is.
it's not like rap. I don't, it's like alternative, slightly indie rock, pop rap. Just name
Yeah.
every genre and you might.
Um,
Um,
it's very like I like it because it on the surface it feels like it should be a uh like very guy song, you know, like it should be the kind of song which is singing about the nice lips and the ass and the like the having
yes.
sex, blah 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 blah. Um, but actually, when you listen to what he's saying,
Yeah.
it's actually like I vibed with it. I was like, you're actually singing about stuff that like it's like emotions. It's like actual feelings. It's not toxic masculinity. This is actually
No, and
talking about your inside stuff.
I'm testing you here about how closely you listen because I did put two of the songs. Do you know what lyrics I'm thinking about right now?
Well, I hope I do. I did. I looked it up earlier, and I've just looked it up again. But there is a lyric in there, and I'm gonna read them out. So I'm gonna start off with the lyrics which aren't the ones, but it will work. Okay. So there's what if I use debit cards as a way out of dead dates? So what if I didn't get paid? So what if I like Coldplay,
Oi oi.
etc. etc. And I was like, yeah. So what if I like Coldplay? Fuck you,
I
world.
thought
I
that was
like it.
I thought that was such a good transition from last week as well. I was like, their most popular song, what is it called? I wish I was a something.
Hmm.
That I couldn't decide between the two songs, and then I listened to it again, and I was like, oh, I've got to have the Coldplay lyric in the in the chosen one.
I was very much a fan of it, and I yeah, I to be honest, I'll read into them or something. And I'll find out that they don't actually like Coldplay. And it was just there because it sounded
It
good,
rhymed or
and they
whatever.
actually think Coldplay suck. But I don't care because I agree. Like, so what if I like Coldplay? And like the other
Yeah,
stuff was like, so it's things like so what if I get anxious when a girl talks and she buzzing? And I
yeah,
was like, yeah, like that is how I feel, and a lot of the time, um you're made to feel like that's wrong. That you're not allowed to be anxious
but
about
that
things like
shows you
that. You're not allowed
care.
to be scared of like exactly, exactly. You care about it and you don't want it to go wrong, and that's why you're anxious about it because you want it to be perfect, and you want to try your best for it to be perfect, and that's in my case like it. The anxiety is so much that sometimes I don't do anything, and it's not because I don't care. It's because I care maybe too much
Yeah,
and I have the perfect vision in my mind, and I know that I can't achieve that, so I just kind of shut down like, well, it's not worth it because I'll mess it up. I'll mess it up, and I don't want to do that. Um, so yeah, no, I definitely it was like in one sense I listened to it and I was like, this is the kind of song I shouldn't like in some sense, like,
yeah, I get
but
that.
also I do. I really like it. I like everything about it. I'm fine with the rap, like that's cool. I obviously love the lyrics. I love the whole vibe of it. It's a good song.
Yeah.
100%. I'm gonna definitely go listen to more Noisy after this
They
because
just make me feel good. Like I listened to that song a
yeah,
few times on repeat and I was just like with the speakers on, and I was just vibing. I was just having a great time.
Definitely, definitely.
I don't know, when you listen to like rap music and stuff, I just get this like really like empowering, with like Lizzo as well, even though she's not rap, but like when you've got a song that's just really pumped up and
Oh
you're
yeah,
just like jamming along and you feel like you can dance in your room and like
I forget what song it is in particular, but there's a like Lizzo's obviously like very female empowerment kind of
yeah.
stuff, and that's really good. And I'm listening to it, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it, let's go. And I'm like, this is obviously not me, like it's not male but like, but it is. It's one of those things that like it makes you feel like you can do anything.
Yeah.
Um, it just because everything, like not even the lyrics, but just like it is a very like pumped up feeling, and I definitely got that from this one. I was like, let's go smash this podcast, and then obviously we came in and we fucked up the beginning.
Yeah, whoops.
But that's not the music's fault. That's us.
That's all us. Oh, well, we can kind of go from pumped up to Foo Fighters, I think.
Okay.
I think that works. Are you
What did
laughing?
you? Well, I wonder what you thought of this one actually.
So, I have got mixed feelings about Foo Fighters because, first of all, Piers is obsessed with Foo Fighters, absolutely loves Foo Fighters. And I love Dave Grohl, but Foo Fighters for me, I love some songs and I don't vibe with other songs. So I don't ever dislike songs, I just don't like feel
They're not for
strongly
you.
about them. But no, I definitely have a few, few favourites. And this was very not Foo Fightery,
Yes. Yeah.
which I really liked. And I know that sounds bad.
No,
But-
this is the thing. I heard it for the first time before Christmas.
oh,
On
this
the
is
radio.
shame, by the way. Sorry, just
This is shame, yeah. Yeah, I listened to it first, and the thing about a Foo Fighters song is that I can normally tell if I'm listening to a Foo Fighters song,
yeah,
even if you don't tell me it is, because they have a very distinctive sound, and quite often they a lot of their chord progressions follow a similar kind of pattern. There's
Yeah.
something about it that's very Foo Fighters. This was one that it came on at first, and I was like, it sounds like Dave Grohl, but it doesn't sound like the Foo Fighters.
no, yeah,
This is not them, and I quite enjoyed it, partly because of that.
yeah,
It was a bit different for a band which has been around for like I think 25 years or something
yeah.
insane.
They're pretty old school now.
I was like, kudos to you for trying something a little bit different and
Yeah.
pushing it a bit. But you said you had mixed feelings. Is there a...
Oh, not mixed feelings about this song, just mixed
Oh,
feelings
just the Foo
about Foo
Fighters
Fighters.
generally.
No, I like this. I like the song.
I like it a lot. I think it's very I don't know. It's possibly too not simplistic, but like
Poppy.
it's possibly too poppy for some like Foo
Yeah.
Fighters fans. You know, I think there are people out there who really love them who'll be like, "Oh, this is pop trash," and maybe that's what I like. Maybe I'm a fan of pop trash. Maybe that's why I like this. But I don't think it is. I actually think it's a really good
No.
one. And it actually made me want to. I don't go out of my way to listen to Foo Fighters. Like, I'll normally vibe to
Yeah.
them,
No,
but
I
I
definitely
don't
felt
go out
that.
of my way to go and listen to their music. This was an album I'm like, maybe I'll keep an eye out and I'll see what the album sounds like because it won't all sound like this, I'm sure. But if there's even a couple of moments like this on the album, it'll be like, yeah, I can give that a listen.
There you go, Dave Grohl. You got some free promotion out of us. I hope you're happy.
Yeah. You don't know who I am. You'll never talk to me.
He's such a geezer. I just like.
I love Dave Grohl.
He's just a cool guy. He's been
He's
doing
a
those
great
drum
guy.
battles with Nandi, I think her name is,
Mm.
the kid drummer.
Mm.
And she is so cool. And he's just so
Dave Grohl
nice.
feels like he should be a horrible human being. Like
Yeah.
you feel like you'll talk to it and you'll hear, and he's genuinely such a kind, like nice guy. And it's like, sorry, you're Dave. Like it's weird. It's like Keanu Reeves, right?
Right, yeah.
Keanu Reeves seems like the kind of person who's like should be miserable and really difficult to talk to. Everything I've seen about him makes him sound like the most lovely man.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, what? How have you turned out so nice? But then there are people out there who are such dickheads.
Yeah. Oh, just no. It's sorry. I just like was daydreaming then, thinking of Dave Grohl. If I'm honest, it's just like he's like
Absolutely.
he's like such a dad. Like just
He is. He is. He actually is. I see that a lot.
yeah.
And actually, while we're on the subject of people not knowing who we are, you'll recall from last week that
Oh.
I referred to Jordan McCamber and said that I despised him.
Oh, right.
And then you, of course, you put the clip on Instagram. And Jordan McCamber replied to you and said, "I love this. Share me the podcast." So
Public
I'm sat
announcement.
there thinking the first thing that Jordan McCamber has ever heard me say about him, possibly the only thing he'll ever hear about me say about him, is I despise him. And if you're listening, I don't actually despise you. I want this known that again,
This
I
is
hate
getting
you.
embarrassing.
I hate you, but I love you, and I'm sorry. Okay, I'd like to formally It's the first real apology video of 2021, 2022, 2021. I am sorry, Jordan McCamber.
I'm sorry
I
for
messed
loving
up.
you so much that I hate
I'm
you.
sorry for loving you so much. I hate you, and please forgive me.
Maybe we'll write a song about it.
I will. I will.
Why?
It'll be called To Jordan, and it will be a really emotional, heartfelt ballad. It will go really quite deep, introspective. I'll like discuss my childhood and like how that's impacted upon it, and it will all have built up to this moment where I said I hate you, but
What you're doing is
okay.
just further embarrassing yourself, so you're gonna have to apologise in episode 3.
Yeah. I'm thinking every week I'll do a Chris apologizes section, and I'll just be like, so this week I'd like to apologize for what I said at the beginning of last week. I don't hate children. Children are very nice, and I'm sure there are some great kids out there.
I've decided that's gonna be the introduction.
What?
You're
Just me apologizing for whatever the fuck I said last week.
yeah. We've sorted it. That's
I
it.
wish I could say that like that's not going to be needed, but it is going to be needed. Especially if we take the approach to editing we did last time, where we leave most of it in.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already racked up possibly 4 things I might have to apologize for. But then again, it's not me if I don't say something which is funny and then feel bad about it and have to apologize.
Well,
That's just me.
I. Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, I've ruined it. I've killed the podcast. We've got onto all these platforms, and now I've just trashed it. But
Oh no.
yeah.
Right. Oh, last song.
Last song.
Yeah. I want to know your opinions first.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I don't know what I was expecting. I really don't. I don't know. I think I was expecting something different for some reason. Although there is no reason. But that's not to say I disliked it. I actually really did like it.
Oh, good.
I really did. It was again like this is what I mean. It was this song, and then it went into the song by Noisy, and I was like, hang on a second, what? Because they were very
Very, very different.
different. Yeah.
I didn't really think about like the order. I just put the ones that we wanted
I
to talk
liked
about at the top.
I liked the order of it. I liked it.
Okay.
It was like, okay, but it's very yeah. Again, it's emotional and it's a bit depressing and it's a bit, it's sad.
Yeah.
But it's like it's an emoting song. Again, I'm gonna use that word again. It's an emoting song. I like the kind of. It's not just feeling sorry for yourself, but it's like actively wanting to change what you did.
Yeah. Undo.
Yeah,
yeah.
literally undo.
I think we'll have to like put into the edit or something like what song we're talking about, because we always forget to say the name of the bloody song.
Oh yeah, we're useless.
So it's Undo by Lily Moore. Oh, and
Is
it's someone else is on it as well. Sorry, that was really unprofessional.
It's Lily Moore and Dan Kaplan.
Ah, yes. So
I know this because I'm looking at the lyrics again.
Oh, well done. I thought if I typed, you'd be able to hear me typing and it wouldn't be sneaky enough.
Nah, don't worry. I'm one step ahead.
Brilliant. See, I don't know if I've told you this, but I actually want to have Lily Moore as my wedding song. Not that song.
Oh,
That
okay.
that song might not be appropriate.
What song would you go for?
So she's done. Oh, it's a bit sad actually because it's not her song. She's done a cover of God Only Knows.
Okay, yeah. Nice.
And it's just Pierce loves Beach Boys, and I love her, so I've found like a halfway in between.
That sounds good. I'm gonna have a listen to it later on. I also like that this podcast will serve as a one day you'll be able to look back on it and watch your wedding slowly taking shape.
Slowly
You
getting
know,
planned.
from the early stages of lockdown proposal to eventually wedding.
or our relationship falling apart.
Or yeah. But you know, I was going in for optimism. So you know, it's weird that I would go for optimism and you'd go in for our relationship falling apart and big sad.
Whoops.
Oopsie.
It's because I'm on the inside. I know how actually. No, I'm joking. I love you, Piss.
No. All right, I'm looking forward to Katrina apologizes at the start of next week's podcast.
Well, I'll know if he's listened to the podcast now.
You will, because he'll come in and be like, "What the fuck are you on about?" And just like slaps you down.
But just to clarify, Piers does not slap me.
Oh my god, no. No, not he doesn't do. Oh god.
Only
Okay.
No, I can't even say that.
All right, I've got to add another one in there. Another apology there. Sorry, Piers, for accidentally making it sound like you hit Katrina. Fucking fantastic. Great.
Brilliant. Yeah. Sorry, but I've just realised we got through all the songs. That's normally me going, yeah, and then I come up with a transition to something.
Yeah.
And then I realised we've got. Oh, I don't know. We chat a bit more about Lily Moore. Have you heard of her before?
No.
So maybe listen to a few other songs, because that one was like a bit of a rogue one. I don't think that.
Oh, okay, so they're not all like that. So to speak.
Yeah, she's kind of quite Amy Winehouse-y. I'd recommend you
Okay.
listening to "Lying to Yourself," which I think is her most popular song, and I think it might have been the song that got me hooked. I can't remember. I heard of her like a few years ago, and she's our age. She might even be.
Damn son.
Yeah, I think she's 21 or 22. Like she's young, and she's got this wicked voice, and yeah, she just seems really lovely.
How like she's only started releasing music recently, or
A couple of years, I think. Am I
Okay.
being stupid? I feel like it's. I think like it was like 2018 or something. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm just like scrolling through. 2018. Yeah.
Nice.
There's an EP called Not That Special, which was what I came in for.
What a title.
Yeah, that's us. Not that special.
Not that special. Yeah, no, definitely go listen to that. Go check out all of our music we talked about this week and music we haven't talked about this week, but that we quite like. It is on Spotify. We have a playlist. I'll put the link in. I'll add it to so in our bio on Instagram, there's a link tree which enables you to go to any of the places you might want to get our podcast from, go to our YouTube channel, and I'll add Spotify as well, so you can find a playlist where we put all the music that we talk about.
So it's really good if you're a Spotify listener, because you can listen to the podcast and then go straight on to the playlist.
You can. It's beautiful. Obviously, if you're not a Spotify user, I've just put a middle finger up to you.
Whoops. Well, we
um,
are on Apple Music. It's just the playlists
Yeah.
aren't there.
You know, I feel like you can at least see what songs are on the
Yeah.
playlist without having Spotify, and then you can listen to it on the platform of your choice.
If anybody
So-
wants us to like put the songs on like Apple Music or something, just let us know, because we both use Spotify, so we're a bit oblivious. If there's any
Yeah.
places you want the playlist, we don't want to exclude people, so
No.
so
Not
just
at all.
let us know.
Shall I finish with a story from my week?
Yes.
It's unrelated. It's just I thought you might like to hear it.
Okay. Is this new to me?
I think so.
Okay.
So I got in my car this week. To take it
Didn't
for a
run over
drive.
any children.
Didn't run over any children. And it didn't. So it's been quite cold this week. Like it's been freezing some morning, and I like went out there, like scrapes the ice off my windscreen. It was all good, and I then I tried to. So you know, it was like just like it rained or something during the night, so there's lots of water on the window, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna wind down the window
Right.
and just get rid of the water basically, so I can see out properly. Although it's not. When I say winds down, it has electric windows in the front, so okay, equivalent to. So I got in, and I I tried to lower the window, so I pushed down on the switch, and the entire switch like panel fell into the door, and completely detached. So I don't. I mean, we, I'll put some pictures on Instagram. Wait, oh god, I've just done it again. I'm holding it now as we speak, so it's like a small, like
A memento.
so it's this like plastic tray that sits in the door, and then like this mechanism, and the mechanism controls the windows and like also the mirror. So like you can change the angle of the mirror. Obviously, you'd like doing it, but basically over time, it must have slowly been falling apart underneath it. Because like it's not a new car; it's like from 2006 or something. So it's slowly been unclipping from this thing, and I pushed down on it, and it just fell into the door cavity. And there was genuinely just a few seconds where I just looked at it and went, and then I laughed. I wasn't even angry about it. I just laughed and went, "Yes, that's very on brand for this morning." And
We
then
should do a giveaway. Who wants a piece of
if you
plastic from my
if you
car?
want if you want the piece of plastic from my car, get in touch. You know what? For 100 followers, I will give away this piece of useless plastic from my car.
Wait, don't
I'm
you
happy
still
to do
need
that.
it though? Like, when you need it to get it fixed?
No, I'm going to just replace the whole thing. So
Oh, okay.
I'm happy. You know, yeah, for 100 follower giveaway on Instagram, this is what you can expect. I'm going to be giving away this piece of trash. Well, I was going to McDonald's. It gets worse because I was going to McDonald's
Oh, you
for.
saucy bugger.
I was going to go to the drive-through. Drive-through requires you to be able to use your window. So I drove to McDonald's without thinking about it, and then I was like, "Oh shit! I need my fucking window." So I had to drive past the drive-through into a parking space, reach inside the door. Like it's not a big piece of plastic. The hole is only the size of like a piece of plastic, and my hand is obviously like bigger. So I was like reaching inside to try and grab this thing. And like because it was like in an awkward place, the windows are like going up and down as I'm sat in this parking space. There's a woman in the car next to me. She's got no idea what's going on. It obviously looks like my car is having a fit or something. And I'm desperately trying to grab it. I'm really working hard. And I basically managed to like pull it up. My hand at this point is like there's like scratches and stuff on it because like I've like caught it on things and like I'm pulling it up. And I basically have to wedge it into the thing so that it's like really janky and like half sticking out of the thing. Enough that I can drive back round to the drive-through, winds down the window so that I don't, without like pushing it back into the thing, you know, do the normal stuff. Obviously, I can't put the window up at any point because I'll push the thing back in. So, like, it's really cold and I'm sat there. There's a bit of a queue. I'm waiting to pay and I'm like, this is freezing and the air conditioning is now wasted energy. You know, and I got there and then, so I left and I got the food, started driving away. And then I went, the window's still open. Okay, it's fine. I'll put the window back up.
Oh,
So I pushed down on the switch, which fell inside the door cavity again because it was only wedged in the thing. And I'm like, you know, this is 30 miles an hour and I've just done it again. I'm like, "Ugh." So I have to go find a parking space so that again I can pull it back up, shut the window, and now yeah, I now have to find a replacement part. But it was without doubt just, and the worst thing is I wasn't angry at any point. I just the whole time, anytime anything happened, I was like, "This is on brand. This is how my morning should have gone."
That's like when you fall into like a puddle or you fall over and you've just accepted it by that point.
Yeah,
You
I
just like,
fully accepted my like when I'm in the parking space initially trying to sort it out, and this woman's looking at the windows going up and down. I looked back at her, and there was no. It wasn't even like apology. It wasn't. There was no. I'm sorry about this. There was no. This is awkward. I just looked at her, and I think I smiled or something, as if to say, "This is normal. This is fine. This is what
This is
I
my
do
life."
every day." Yeah, it's not. It's never happened to me before. I've never managed to do it. So it was really quite embarrassing, I guess, and quite annoying because you know I obviously since then I've been out for drives and I've been like, oh, I should probably adjust my mirrors. Oh, I can't do that because it will go back inside the door cavity.
You know, if you
And
crash now, your
now I've
insurance
removed the
company.
part altogether, which means if I get pulled over by the police or something and they
Oh
try to
no.
talk to me, I'll have to be like, sorry, officer, can you go around to the passenger side because I can't open my window because I've actually taken the switch out altogether. Like, it's not going to be a great start to the conversation, is it?
No.
I've made a complete fucking fool of myself, and yeah. So that's Chris's funny story of the week. I hope you enjoyed that. You know, I just thought it'd be a nice way to end the podcast.
Hopefully, we'll
Um,
have like a tragic story every week just to end it off with.
oh, it's my life, so obviously there will be. Um, you know, I tragedy is how I live. But yeah, so 100 followers on Instagram, and I'll be giving away the interior window and mirror control from a Peugeot 207.
Whoop whoop.
Is that what you were thinking of when we discussed giveaways yesterday?
Yeah, maybe not, but it works and
I'm going with it.
it's
I've
cheaper.
stuck with it now.
It is cheaper, so yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to do anything with it. You can throw it away when you get it. But yeah.
Right. So on that shit show, there we go.
Chris Payne, a shit show. My new solo podcast soon coming to a platform near you. No, I'm not doing that. My God.
You couldn't even handle the promotion video. You're like, I don't
couldn't.
want to do this by myself.
Literally in the middle of the video, I'm like, I hate doing this.
The thing is, I know you would have actually been like, okay, I feel awkward now.
Yeah. Genuinely, you can hear it in my voice if you go watch the video. Please do check it out.
Yeah,
because
check it out because you put work.
It was
into that.
intended to be kind of funny as well as like. Initially, it was like, oh, I should tell people that we've like got the podcast out there, and then I was like, I can probably use this opportunity to make something that's a bit funny at the same time.
Maybe we should put it
Um,
on YouTube, or have you thought that far through?
I hadn't, but you know what? We will. We'll put it on YouTube.
Perfect.
There you go.
Well,
yeah.
we love or hate you all.
I hate you all,
Okay.
but obviously that means I love you all. You know.
So, drive safely.
Drive safely. If you think that you're about to lose a switch from the interior of your car, don't press it too hard. And if you have a Peugeot 207 and you want a broken front interior mirror and window control switch, then enter the giveaway at 100 followers.
Whoop whoop.
Bye.
Bye.